Here we're going to show you how to make some beetroot crisps. First you'll need from your allotment a nice healthy beetroot. Wash it thoroughly. Preheat your oven. First thing is to remove the head of the beetroot here. So I'll get to work on that one. A nice sharp blade. If we go in with the point of the knife and then turn like so, it's probably better. That's what I'm doing, as you can see. I'm just going gently and letting the blade do the cutting. Don't force the blade because you can snap it. Depending on the size of your beetroot, you may have to half it or quarter it. But here I'm just getting the roots off at the other end. At the moment here I'm halving it, as you can see, a stage at a time for a large beetroot. Again, letting the blade do all the work. Slowly does it. Take your time. Take care, do not force the blade. Right, I've now cut the beetroot into some manageable sizes, so I'll be able to peel it and slice it. Any waste from your beetroot can of course go for recycling onto your compost heap. Okay, so I've cut this again from the quarter. I've cut the quarter into an eighth, and then now this is more manageable, so I'll be able to peel that and then slice it using a smaller knife. Okay, so I'm peeling it now, and as you'll probably notice, I'm wearing gloves. Always a good idea, because beetroot does contain natural dyes, plant dyes, and you don't want your hands to be soaked in them if you've got other things to do. So basically you can just get this thin layer off. Slice thinly with a knife or a mandolin slicer if you've got one. Once you've sliced your beetroot into reasonable slices, you need to pat it dry. Use some kitchen towel for that. I've patted these beetroot slices reasonably dry now. You will then need 2 to 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a sprinkling of sea salt, which can then be put into a mixing bowl ready, where your beetroot slices can be tossed into it. So you toss your beetroot slices into the mixture of the sunflower oil, cayenne pepper and sea salt and mix them round. Make sure all of your beetroot slices are well covered in the seasoning and sunflower oil. Once you're happy with the coating, then spread your beetroot slices onto lightly oiled, that's with using sunflower oil, baking sheets or trays. Okay, spread them out. Once you've got them oiled and seasoned on the trays, then they need to be baked in your oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you need to turn them so they're evenly cooked and bake on the other side or until crisp, so you need to be with them. Don't leave the kitchen, keep an eye on them. Right, so I've just set my timer here for around 15 minutes, and away we go for the first round of cooking. I've decided that I'm going to add a sweet potato to my second lot of cooking with the same recipe. I've peeled it and now I'm slicing it. So I can just add my sweet potato slices to the last batch of beetroot I've got and mix it all in, give it a thorough mix, make sure plenty of that mixture of the oil and the cayenne and salt gets into them. I'll know because they'll be coated in it. You'll be able to see that each of the sweet potatoes is individually coated. So they all goes quite a long way, as you can see. These beetroot slices have now been cooking in the oven for a good 15 minutes and they're now ready for turning. Okay, pop them out of the oven and basically just turn them over so you can do the other side. So that way they're evenly cooked on both sides. Once they're all turned over, they're ready to go back into the oven until crisp. I've left these in for an extra 10 minutes. As you can see, they're shrinking away from the edges and they're quite crisp if I just gently touch those there, and they're ready to come out to be put onto a tray. Here you go. Leave your cooked beetroots to cool for about 5 minutes or so, and then test them. And as you can see, this one here, it's quite crispy. And then you can put them onto a cooling rack for further cooling once you can pick them up. As you can see, nice and crisp. So all ready for the taste test. Nice and crunchy. We're getting the kick of the pepper afterwards as well. It's a different type of thing. Once you're happy with your beetroot crisps, serve them with your favourite dip. Very satisfying.